When we think of magical rings, we usually picture a fantasy novel or movie. But what if such rings really existed in history? What if one ancient king wielded a ring that gave him power over demons? And not just any demons, but elemental beings called jinns who controlled the natural world. His name was Solomon, son of David and legendary king of Israel. And this is Solomon's magical ring. I'm the host, and on this channel we explore the strange and mysterious. Viewer discretion is advised for this episode, as some of this video may be offensive or disturbing. We, the makers of this video, in no way support or condone the actions of the subjects featured. Our story begins with an ancient text from pre-Islamic Arabia known as the Sial Solomon, or the Seal of Solomon. According to this text, Solomon, also known as Suleiman in Arabic, found a ring that gave him power over the jinn. Jinn are supernatural creatures in Abrahamic demonology that dwell in elemental beings of fire, water, earth, and air. They can possess humans, influence their thoughts, and even inhabit physical objects. So this ring was no ordinary piece of jewelry. It was imbued with immense magical power. The ring's true power lay in an inscription that covered its inner surface. Carved into the band was a secret name of God that mortals were not meant to know. In Islam, the secret name is known as the Basmala, which translates to, "There is no God but God, and Muhammad is his messenger." The Basmala is considered one of the most powerful invocations in Islam and is often recited before prayers or other important rituals. But the ring contained a more potent version of the Basmala that was known only to Solomon. This knowledge allowed him to communicate with and control the jinn. But how did Solomon come across such a powerful artifact? According to legend, he inherited the ring from his father, David. Upon assuming the throne, young Solomon was visited by an angel who delivered a message from God. The Almighty entrusted Solomon with the task of ruling over the jinn, granting him dominion over the spiritual realm, just as he had been given dominion over the physical realm. As part of this divine appointment, Solomon was presented with the ring that served as a seal of his authority. Whenever he wore the ring, Solomon's influence over the jinns was at its greatest, enabling him to command them to carry out his will. The stories about Solomon's ring first appeared in Jewish and Christian texts, but later found their way into Islamic literature as well. In these tales, the ring was said to have been forged by the angel Zechariah, and its inscription contained the ineffable name of God. This name held immense power over the jinn, and Solomon was able to use it to bend them to his will. He commanded the jinn to do all sorts of things for him, such as building magnificent palaces, controlling the winds, and even finding hidden treasure. In one story, Solomon attends the throne of Sheba, the legendary queen of Sheba. He arrives in great splendor, accompanied by 40,000 elephants and 70,000 soldiers, as well as wondrous birds that fly ahead of him. The sheer spectacle of his arrival, made possible by the power of the ring, leaves the queen and her people in awe. Solomon uses his powers to perform all kinds of miracles. At one point, he commands the jinn to bring him a glass of wine from a distant land. And when the glass arrives, it contains not just wine, but also the souls of the 72 lords of the jinn. Solomon traps their souls in the glass, binding them to his will and gaining even more power over the elemental beings. Perhaps the most famous story about Solomon's ring involves a tricksy demon who steals it while the king is bathing. The demon takes the ring and throws it into the sea, where it is swallowed by a fish. Solomon immediately realizes that his powers are gone, and he becomes mortal once more. To regain his powers, he must catch the fish that has swallowed the ring. With the help of his men, he tracks the fish to a lake, where it has taken refuge. A fierce battle ensues, but in the end, Solomon is victorious and retrieves his precious ring. The fish is cut open, and the ring is recovered. Once it is back on Solomon's finger, his powers are restored, and the demon is trapped forever. So what exactly was this ring made of? Different versions of the stories provide conflicting accounts. Some say it was made of brass, while others claim it was iron. However, both metals have symbolic meanings in alchemy and metallurgy. Brass, an alloy of copper and zinc, was associated with earthly dominion, while iron, a strong and durable metal, symbolized spiritual power. Therefore, it is possible that the material of the ring was meant to convey its dual nature, giving Solomon control over both the physical and spiritual realms. This brings us to a crucial question. Did Solomon's ring actually exist? Unfortunately, there is no historical evidence to support the existence of such a powerful artifact. The earliest accounts of Solomon's ring come from medieval texts, centuries after Solomon's supposed reign. These stories were likely influenced by earlier Jewish and Christian traditions. The exact origins of the legend are unclear. It is possible that the stories were entirely fabricated, or that they were based on a misunderstanding of ancient Jewish amulets. What we do know is that amulets have played an important role in Jewish religious practice for centuries. These small, often inscribed objects were believed to have protective powers and were worn for various purposes, such as warding off evil spirits or providing good luck. Some amulets contained inscriptions of biblical verses or names of angels, while others were shaped like religious symbols. It is possible that early Jewish amulets, with their protective inscriptions, may have inspired the later tales of Solomon's ring. In Jewish tradition, Solomon's wisdom and his ability to control the supernatural are closely linked. In the Hebrew Bible, Solomon is famous for his wisdom, which enabled him to interpret dreams, understand riddles, and make wise judgments. This wisdom was seen as a gift from God, and it was believed that Solomon possessed a deeper understanding of the divine. His wisdom, combined with his ability to control the supernatural, made him a powerful ruler. However, the idea of Solomon having a ring that gave him power over the jinn was not confined to Jewish tradition. It also found a place in Islamic folklore. In Islamic tradition, Solomon is known as Suleiman, and his story follows a similar trajectory as in the Jewish tradition. He is the son of Prophet David and is renowned for his wisdom and ability to control the jinn. The story of Solomon's ring is mentioned in the Quran, and it is said that the ring was given to him by God as a test of his faith and obedience. In Islamic eschatology, Solomon is believed to be a righteous caliph, who will appear at the end of times to establish peace and justice. He is also said to be a prophet, and his followers are referred to as Solomonids. The mention of Solomon's ring in the Quran lends credence to the story and elevates it to a level of legitimacy within the Islamic faith. Interestingly, the concept of Solomon's ring also features prominently in certain branches of Western esotericism and ceremonial magic. It is believed that Solomon's ring was used as a seal of the authority of the high priest, and that it was used in conjunction with the Book of Abramelin, a grimoire that was allegedly written by Abraham the Jew. This grimoire is said to contain instructions for summoning and controlling the elemental beings known as the Godia. The Godia are a type of spirit that is said to inhabit certain places on earth, and they are said to be particularly dangerous and malevolent. Solomon's ring was believed to be necessary in order to protect oneself against the Godia and to prevent them from causing harm. In some versions of the legend, the ring is said to have been made of gold and silver, and it is said to have contained the names of God written in Hebrew. The ring was believed to have been so powerful that it could control the Godia and prevent them from causing harm. Now let's talk about that demon who steals Solomon's ring. The story of the demon who steals Solomon's ring is a cautionary tale about the dangers of complacency and the importance of vigilance. Even the most powerful individuals are vulnerable to temptation and greed, and even the most powerful artifacts can be taken away if one lets their guard down. In this case, Solomon's carelessness while bathing allows the demon to steal the ring and cause chaos in his life. The demon's motive for stealing the ring is not explicitly stated, but it can be inferred that he does so out of envy or jealousy. The ring gives Solomon powers that the demon himself does not have, and he seeks to acquire the ring in order to gain the same power. The demon's actions have far-reaching consequences. When he steals the ring, he not only robs Solomon of his powers, but he also throws the natural order into chaos. The jinn are no longer under Solomon's control, and they are free to cause havoc in the human world. It is only when Solomon retrieves the ring that order is restored, and the jinn are once again bound to his will. The story serves as a reminder that even the most powerful individuals should not become complacent or overconfident. Solomon's mistake of leaving the ring unattended while he bathed almost costs him everything. It is only through his quick thinking and determination that he is able to retrieve the ring and restore order to his life. In conclusion, the legend of Solomon's ring is a captivating tale that has captured the imagination of people for centuries. While there is no historical evidence to support the existence of such a powerful artifact, the story has become an important part of Jewish, Islamic, and occult traditions. The themes of wisdom, power, and the dangers of temptation, explored in the legend, continue to resonate with people today. Whether Solomon's ring was a real object or a symbol of divine wisdom and authority, its enduring presence in folklore and tradition is a testament to its power to captivate and inspire. Now it's time to make your voice heard. Did Solomon's ring really exist? Let me know in the comments below. If you enjoyed this video, please consider liking and subscribing as we continue to explore the strange and mysterious together. Thanks for watching. Keep an open mind, and we'll see you next time.